Today we continue the liberation of the two chief disciples of the Buddha, part 1. In this liberation, the stanza Ye Dhamma Hetu Pabhava Tesa Hetung Tathagato Aha Tesinja Yo Nirodo Evam Vadi Masamano. It is very important in this teaching. Phenomena have their origin in causes. Tathagata teaches the causes. These two paragraphs show Paticca Samuppada Anuloma, due order of arising. Why we suffer again and again? Because of this samudaya, attachment or craving. Tesinja yo niroro evam vadi masamano. These two paragraphs show Patiloma Pali of Paticca Samuppada, reverse order of ceasing. Cessations of these cause and effect, cessation of these suffering, cessation of these psychophysical phenomena, that is Nibbana, and also inferentially you can take Mega, the path leading to the cessation of suffering. So we have to recite Paticca Samuppada Patiloma Pali. Open your book. Page 109. It is Patiloma Pali in reverse order of ceasing. It is the path leading to the cessation of suffering and the cessation of suffering, Nibbana. Can you follow me? Avijjaya dveva asesa viraga nirodha singara nirodha Vijnana nirodha Namarupa nirodha Salayana nirodha Phasa nirodha Vedana nirodha Tanna nirodha Upadana nirodha Bhava nirodha Jati nirodha Jaramaranam Soka Parideva Dukkha Domana Supayasa Nirojanti Eva Medasa Kevalasa Dukkha Kandasa Nirodha Hodi. Two young men, Upatissa and Kolida, who were later to become known as the Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana, respectively, became wandering ascetics under the teacher Sinjaya with a view to seek the unaging, undecaying, and undying. They learn all that has to be taught them by the teacher Sinjaya in a few days' time and came to realize that there was no substance in his teaching. Consequently, the two of them left teacher Sinjaya and roamed about the entire middle country in search of truth. Finding the truth nowhere, they made their way back to the city of Rajaga. In the city Rajaga, the wanderer Upadisa came upon the Venerable Asiji, the youngest member of the group of 5 bhikkhus, Pinchavagiya, while he was going on the rounds. Upadisa followed him closely to where he would eat his meal after the round. Upadisa prepared a seat for him and offered him drinking water from his water bottle. When the meal was over, Upadisa asked Venerable Asiji, "Who is your teacher? What was your master teaching?" He asked. The Venerable Asiji replied, "My teacher is the fully enlightened Buddha. As to the teaching, since I've just come to the Buddha's dispensation, I knew only a little of Dhamma." Upadisa said, "Please tell me whatever little you know of the teaching. I shall expand upon the Dhamma myself." So Venerable Asiji told the wanderer Upadisa the short summary of the Buddha teaching, Four Noble Truths. Ye Dhamma hetupa bhavati sahe ton tathagato aha te sinja yo nirodo evam vadi masamano. Phenomena have their origin in causes. Tathagata teaches the causes. These two paragraphs show Anuloma Pali of Prechasamubhada. And Tathagata teaches the cessation of them. It is a doctrine the great sage teaches. These two paragraphs show Patiloma Pali reverse order of ceasing of the Paticca Samuppada. So how Bodhisattva reflected on Paticca Samuppada? Bodhisattva are extraordinary people. They have more wisdom and more compassion than ordinary people. What bodhisattvas see? They see old men, sick men, and dead men. They see that aging, sickness, and death as suffering. I want to find out a way for beings to escape from this suffering. It occurs to Bodhisattva that the cause of aging and death is jati. Jati pijaya jaramarana. The cause of aging and death is jati, birth. We were born as a being, and so we have to suffer aging. From the moment we are born to the moment we die, we are always tormented by aging in every second of our life, and then we will die finally. All this occurs because we were born as beings. The jati, the birth as a being, is the cause of aging and death. Jati pijaya jaramaranam. In this way, Bodhisattva contemplate on the dependent origination in reverse order. Bodhisattvas take death as the starting point. We know that we are human beings, and we know that we will die one day, surely die. We don't want to get old. We don't want to die, but we will be aging, and we will die, surely. If we want to get rid of this, we must understand what the cause is. The would-be Buddha, Bodhisattva finds jati as the cause. So the birth in one life is the cause of aging and death in that life. And what is the cause of jati? What is the cause of birth in an existence? It is our first birth. It is our first existence. Did we have some other existence before this life? We need to think deeply. Why are we human beings so different from one another? Even babies born of the same parents are different in many ways. We cannot attribute all of our differences to heredity and environment, because the children who were born to the same parents and brought up in the same environment can be different in several ways. Considering this fact, we infer that our different personalities and different qualities of life must be related to something we did in the previous life. That is what we call karma, which is in this teaching is called by two names, Sankara and Bhava or Karma Bhava. So the karma we did in the past results in our birth in this life. We must infer it from logical thinking, but the Bodhisattva saw it by his supernormal power. And what is the cause of karma? What is the condition for karma? Why do we do good karma or bad karma? Because we always want to enjoy life better and better and have a strong desire, clinging to have a better life or to be reborn in the celestial realms. So we do something good or bad to fulfill our desire, or we create good or bad karma. Sometimes we fortunate, we have good friends, good teacher, they advise us to do meritorious deeds like keeping precepts and practicing meditation. As a result of good karma, we will be reborn there, we will reborn in the better life. Sometimes, unfortunately, bad friends, bad teachers, they may tell us to do bad, to be reborn in the good realms. Having faith in these bad friends and bad teachers, we do wrong. With the hope that we may be reborn there, but doing evil is a bad karma. As a result, we will be reborn not in the celestial realms, but the celestial realm that we hope for, but in the woeful states. So in any case, a strong desire, upadana, to be reborn in celestial realms is a condition for the karma, as it makes us do karma, good or bad. A wrong view, miccha deity, is another cause or another condition for rebirth. When we have wrong view, we hold on to it tenaciously, then we act according to that wrong view. We do mostly unwholesome. Unwholesome action that will result in woeful states. So strong desire, upadana, kamupadana, detupadana, strong desire and wrong view are interrelated and contribute to rebirth. Upadana vijaya bhava. Etana vijaya upadana. The condition for strong desire, the strong desire upadana grows from moderate desire or craving tanna. First, we have a moderate desire for something or someone that later leads to strong desire and wrong view. And what is the cause of tanna? What is the condition for this moderate desire or craving? Vedana. Why do we crave for someone? Why do we crave for something? Why are we so attached to things? Why are we so attached to persons? That is because we feel good. We feel good about those things. We feel good about those person. We like them because we have pleasant feeling about them. Feeling, especially the pleasant feeling, Sukha Vedana, is a condition for desire or craving. If we don't have a pleasant feeling for something or someone, then we will not crave for it, we will not crave for him or her. So the pleasant feeling, Sukha Vedana, is a condition for Tanha, craving. What about unpleasant feeling, Dukkha Vedana? We will not attach to things that cause unpleasant feeling. However, that unpleasant feeling motivates the desire for a pleasant feeling. Indirectly, unpleasant feeling is also a condition for desire or craving. What about neutral feeling, neither pleasant nor unpleasant? Neutral feeling, Upekha Vedana, is like pleasant feeling because it is peaceful. So we crave for neutral feeling too. So all kinds of feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling are a condition for craving. Unpleasant feeling motivates the desire for a pleasant feeling. Pleasant feeling encourage desire more and more. So we have craving. All three kinds of feeling are a condition for craving. Can you follow me? Unpleasant feeling motivates the desire for a pleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling motivates the desire for a pleasant feeling. So don't forget, when the unpleasant feeling arises, it may motivate the desire for a pleasant feeling. They are become craving or tanha. So you need to note, you need to be aware of the kinds of unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling encourage desire more and more. So the desire never end. Can you follow me? Pleasant feeling encourage desire more and more. Pleasant feeling encourage desire more and more. Sukhi is Dokhi Sukham Patayati Sukhi Benyopi Ejati Upekha Bana Santata Sukha Mechiwa Basita. So according to this teaching, three kinds of feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling are a condition for craving. And why is there feeling? Because there is contact with sense object. Passapichya Vedana. Here contact is a mental state, not a physical contact. When a visible object comes into the avenue of our eye sensitivity, there would arise what we call contact, phassa. That contact leads to feeling. If there is no contact, the feeling cannot arise. So contact is the condition for the arising of feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, or neutral feeling. So meditator try to cut many contact. You contact outside, you contact everything, and you try to restrain your senses. You don't care, you don't see, you don't hear unnecessary. The contact cut off, and you can reduce you can reduce craving. And why is there contact? Because of the six sense organs with which sense object come into contact. Salayana Vijaya Paso. So in Vidama, mind is a sixth sense organ, so there are six senses: eye sensitivity, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. They are called six internal organs, which correspond to six external sense objects, such as visible object, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind object. If we do not have the eye sensitivity, there can be no eye-related mental contact. If we do not have the ear sensitivity, there can be no ear-related mental contact, and so on. So these senses are called six internal sense bases, ayatana, which are conditioned for the mental contact, phasa, salayana vijaya phasa. What are the conditions for the sense bases to arise? They are namarupa, mind and matter. Namarupa vijaya salayana. Among the six sense bases, the first five, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, are metta, rupa. And the last one, mind. The last one is mind. So if there are no mind and metta, if there are no nama and rupa, there can be no sense basis, as they depend upon the mind and matter to arise. They arise together and they support each other. What is the condition for the namarupa, mind and matter, to arise? It is the resultant consciousness, vijnana vijaya namarupa. At the moment of human conception, there arises a certain type of resultant consciousness, vijnana, generated by our past karma. Along with that consciousness, vijnana, there arise some mental factors and some minute amount of material phenomena. According to Vedama, the combinations of these three kinds of phenomena is called conception, Padisande. They arise together at the moment of conception. So if the resultant consciousness, Padisande Vijnana, does not arise, the other two, Nama Rupa, mind and matter, cannot arise, as it is their chief. That is why this resultant consciousness, Vijnana, is said to be the condition for namarupa, mental and material phenomena to arise. Vijnana picca namarupam. When Bodhisattva contemplated on Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination, on the equation before the night he became the Buddha, his mind stopped at the resultant consciousness, Vijnana, because he found out that consciousness is conditioned by Namarupa, mind and matter. And why does karma sankhara arise? Sankhara arise. Why do we perform good deeds or bad deeds? Sankhara. Because we don't know the reality, we are ignorant of the Four Noble Truths and the law of dependent origination and so on. Avijja, Picca, Sankhara. So we are so clouded by this avijja and avijja, by this ignorance or delusion, that we happen to do good deeds or bad deeds. So whatever karma we do it because we are blinded by avijja, ignorance. Avijja, Picca, Sankhara. According to this teaching, Paticca Samuppada, Bodhisattva find ignorance, avijja, as the starting point of this round. And in the Paticca Samuppada or dependent origination, what are the root cause? What are the root cause of Paticca Samuppada? What are the root cause of these rounds of suffering, rounds of rebirths? It is avijja, ignorance or delusion, and tanha, craving. Actually, ignorance, avijja, is the head of anterior groups. In the interior group, there are avijja, sankhara, vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana. They are interior group. They are the past cause and present results. In this interior group, avijja, ignorance, is the head of that anterior group. So another group is posterior group. In the posterior group, there are tanha, craving, upadana, clinging, bhava, jati, jara, marana. They are in the posterior group. They are present cause and future results. In this posterior group, tanha, craving, is the head of this group. So avijja and tanha, ignorance and craving, are the most powerful in prolonging these rounds of suffering, rounds of samsara. So long as we have avijja and tanha, ignorance and craving, we will always be going from one life to another, and there can be no end to these rounds of suffering. So these rounds of suffering, these rounds of rebirth, we stop once we are able to get rid of these avijja and tanha. So avijja and tanha, ignorance and craving, are called the roots of the rounds of samsara or rebirth. The roots, mula in Pali. So now Buddha shows the way. Desinjayo nirodo ewo wadi masamano. There is their cessation. Our teacher, the great sage, teaches that too. So Buddha also teaches us the truth of cessations of suffering. Buddha teaches us nibbana, tasayiva tanaya, asesa viraga niroda, upadana niroda. Due to total cessation of that very craving, by means of mega enlightenment, there arises the cessation of clinging, cessation of attachment, upadana. So when craving ceases, the attachment ceases. Seeing or the seeing consciousness arises due to the interaction of eyes, sensitivity, and sights. Such sensory interaction represents the mental contact, phassa, from which there arises feeling, pleasant or unpleasant, which in turn gives to craving tanha. So in order to prevent the craving from arising, what you have to do, you have to put great effort in the development of noble path by practicing meditation, by being mindful of every psychophysical phenomena, every seeing, hearing, smelling, etc. The progressive stage of vipassana insight knowledge we reach in noble path, which directly leads the cessation of craving. Every time you see, you will inevitably arouse feeling, pleasant or unpleasant, no matter whether you are mindful or not. Feeling arise. But the feeling will lead to craving if you fail to be mindful of that process. If pleasant feeling, you may crave for it. If unpleasant feeling, you may arouse desire for something else pleasant. So to prevent such craving from arising, meditators have to be mindful of seeing every time you see. So at the moment of seeing, 5 kinds of ultimate phenomena, among others, become manifested. At the moment of seeing, eye sensitivity, with the eyes you see, and there is object, visible object, you see. As soon as you see, there arises seeing consciousness and contact, phassa, and feeling. These 5 kinds of ultimate phenomena become manifested. These eye sensitivity, visible objects, seeing consciousness, eye contact, and feeling arise together at the same time, but not one by one, not separately and successively. They arise together. As soon as you see there arises feeling, you cannot prevent the feeling from arising. Even an Arhat or the Buddha cannot prevent that feeling. There will arise pleasant feeling, sukha vedana, if the object is pleasurable, unpleasant feeling, dukkha vedana, if the object is unpleasurable. But for the Buddha and Arahants, their feelings are never accompanied by tanha, craving, however pleasurable or unpleasurable the feeling may be. And a vipassana meditator needs to be mindful of his feeling or her feeling concurrently so that they cannot be accompanied by craving. That is why whenever meditator see he is advised to note seeing, allowing himself to stop right there, take the natural phenomena as they really are, stop there, not to go beyond that. If you do not stop, if you comment, if you judge, there will arise craving in you. So your mindfulness is very strong, seeing, only just seeing process stop. You do not go beyond that. Hearing, ugly or beautiful, you don't care. You capture the hearing consciousness or sound wave. You do not go beyond the present moment. You take the present phenomena very clearly because your concentration is very strong. Smelling. You stop right there. Eating and tasting. You see the taste arise and disappear moment by moment, very immediately. No taste at all. It is not wrong. It is true. It is true that no taste, no delicious at that eating. Because you stop right there, and you do not go further, you do not interpret it to be pleasant or unpleasant. Because your concentration is very continuous and strong. So meditators have to be mindful of phenomena that are manifested every time you see, hear, and so on. Only then you can discern ultimate phenomena beyond conceptual form. In this way, you can find breaks between Namarupa, psychophysical phenomena, or you can break their sanctity, continuity in Pali, sanctity in Pali. Of course, you cannot make it in the beginning. You cannot cut very sharply. You cannot break their continuity immediately, although you are mindful of seeing, hearing, and so on. For instance, you cannot expect a dirty cloth to be cleaned just by beating or heating and washing 1 or 2 times. But you have to wash for many times and repeatedly. In the same way, in the beginning, you cannot see phenomena segment by segment. Meditators never boring because you are very energetic. Your phenomena are coming very continuously and you are ready to confront these phenomena. When your concentration getting strengthened, and when you develop your mindfulness progressively, you start to see them arising and vanishing segment by segment. At this stage of insight, Sammasana Jnana, knowledge of comprehension, even more clearly at this stage of Uddiyabhya Jnana, the knowledge of rise and fall and vanishing moment by moment at this stage of Bhinga Jnana. So at this stage, you won't see any phenomena solid or lasting, but vanishing constantly. It is true. It is not the problem of your eyes. It is you see the true nature of the Namarupa. So the mental states of seeing arises and disappears segment by segment. However, many people may rarely aware of such moment by moment vanishing of seeing. Of course, only Vipassana meditators who have developed higher stage of insight knowledge can see that way. But many meditators have experience in hearing. Hearing may be relatively easier to be seen, vanishing moment by moment during chanting, during hearing. Also, you pay attention to the hearing, you pay attention to the radiating mind. You can see clearly the vanishing moment by moment of the hearing, sound wave, and radiating mind. You can be aware of that you are hearing the sound segment by segments. And also smelling, tasting, touching. You see the reality in this process. Touching is perceivable almost at all times. And meditators can note it to see it vanishing moment by moment. And when meditator note rising and falling of the abdomen, for example, you can clearly see the rising as gradual upward movement that would feel tense and tight progressively. Whereas the falling is gradual downward movement that would feel releasing and relaxing progressively, segment by segment. You note sitting, and you can see hardness and stiffness. changing and vanishing segment by segment. Bending your limbs, you noted bending. Then you would be aware of progressive stages of tension and movement, vanishing segment by segment in your limb. If you can see phenomena vanishing immediately after arising, then there would be no room left for tanha, craving, to arise, although there is feeling. Stiffness, numbness, pain, aching, and so on are unpleasant feeling, dukkha vedana. But they won't arouse the craving for something as pleasant, because the meditators are very mindful, very careful about these unpleasant feelings. Meditators just see the stiffness arising and vanishing, heat arising and vanishing, and you realize that they are all just namarupa, psychophysical phenomena. They are not the person. Vedanasu Vedananupasi Viharati, you contemplate the feeling in the feeling. You cannot find any person. In this process, then there would be no room left for your craving. That is how the craving ceases gradually. Nirodha. Desinchayo Nirodha. That is Nirodha ceases, craving ceases gradually. Tasevatanaya asesa viraga nirodha upadana nirodha, due to the total cessation of that very craving by means of noble path, there arises cessation of attachment. When you see namarupa, the psychophysical phenomena as they really are, you would not identify them as a person like I, or someone as lovable or hateful. Then there will be no room left for craving. So the craving that would otherwise arise totally ceases. Even if you intentionally refresh your memory of them, they will not come back to your memory as enjoyable or desirable or hateful, because you has already seen them namarupa appearing and disappearing. You already seen before. So the cessations of craving by means of vipassana is also a kind of asesa viraga, total cessation. Because it totally ceases regarding the objects you have noted, as you have known as impermanent. However, it will for sure recur on other objects that are manifested, but you fail to be aware of. Say you note the scene and become aware of its disappearance. Then the craving that would otherwise arise for that particular scene would cease totally and irreversibly. But the cessation of craving can by no means be guaranteed on seeing other objects, of course. So in the same way, if hearing is noted and you know as impermanent, then the craving would not arise on that particular hearing. So any object noted and known as impermanent will not arouse any craving that would otherwise arise. In this sense, the cessation of craving by means of vipassana is also considered the total cessation, asesa, viraga, vipassana, asesa, viraga. So by practicing vipassana meditation, you can eradicate craving tanha, but you keep noting, and with your 4 stages of supramundane enlightenment, with your Ariya Mega, the corresponding forms of craving cease irreversibly, constantly, without limit to particular objects, like in the case of vipassana. At the first stage of enlightenment, if you attain Sotapaddi Mega, Sotapaddi Mega eradicate the craving that can lead to the woeful rebirth. And when you reach the second stage, Sagragami Mega, you can eradicate the gross form of craving. The gross form of craving ceases irreversibly. At this stage of Anagami Mega, the craving for sensual desire ceases irreversibly. And final, when you become Arahant, all the remaining form of craving ceases irreversibly. So see at the, look at your paper, number 7. So that is Ariya Mega Asisa Viraga Nirodha. So with the 4 stage of supramundane enlightenment, Ariya Mega, however, the corresponding forms of craving cease irreversibly, irreversible, total, constant, without limit to particular objects, like in the sense of vipassana. So at the first stage of enlightenment, Sotapaddi Mega, the craving that can lead to woeful rebirth ceases irreversibly. Can you follow me? At this first stage of enlightenment, Sotapaddi Mega, the craving that can lead to the woeful rebirth ceases irreversibly. At the second, Sagragami Mega, the gross form of craving ceases irreversibly. At the third stage, Anagami Mega, the craving for sensual pleasures ceases irreversibly. And with the fourth and final stage, Arahata Mega, all the remaining form of craving ceases irreversibly. So before attaining these Sotapaddi, Sagragami, and Nagami, and Arahata Mega, your Vipassana Mega only can eradicate craving totally at that moment, but other time is no guarantee. If you want to get guarantee, you have to try to achieve these kinds of Ariya Mega, that is total ceasing, never come back. This tanha can be totally eradicated. So we have to stop our discourse for today. We will continue on Monday. Tomorrow, Sayadaw Uteja will give Dhamma talk. We will again continue on Monday. By practicing Vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by noting rising, falling, sitting, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, continuously and meticulously, may you eradicate the craving that can lead to woeful states. May you eradicate all kinds of craving that are very harmful. May you be liberated from all suffering. May you realize the real peace in the very near future.